So let it burn, let the motherfucker burn. It's election day. They shut my water off last week. This place is gonna burn either way. They'll ship the bodies back down with the cocaine and guns. These white boys with money make the whole world run. Let the wall hit your back, the blood hits your tongue. 'Cause you and me, baby, we're the dangerous ones. You and me, baby, we're the dangerous ones. You can curse and you can cry. You can scream yourself to sleep at night. You can open up your eyes and take a look outside. Where every wall is gonna crumble, every tower's gonna fall. The earth is gonna rumble, the siren's gonna call. So you better look alive, alive. Read the black, not the white. Forget the reds and blues. Quit looking for a way out. Start looking for a way through. Well, a shot's been fired, but the war ain't won. These white boys with money better learn how to run. The wall hit your back, the blood's on your tongue. And you and me, baby, we're the dangerous ones. You and me, baby, we're the dangerous ones. Thank you. I'm just going to hit you with the classics right out of the gate. Play the hits first. I don't want to take up too much time with this, but can we do a quick straw poll? If I say, if you think that, you've got another blank coming. Is it think coming or thing coming? Can I see a show of hands for think? So it's another thing coming. 100%. That doesn't make any sense to me. It never has. If you think this, you've got another think coming is what makes sense to me. But I guess I'm the only person who believes that. Oh, the thing is the consequence? It makes sense that I wouldn't understand that. All right, this is called "Don't Look Back." It's from a record called "The Reckoning," which was produced by Eric Amble, who is right here with us this evening. That record came out 15 years ago. Somebody said State Street's covered in ashes. I didn't ask for a name, I knew it was you. Your bulletproof grin and your false eyelashes took a handful of blood and you painted the sidewalk blue. And they said, you were out there raising the dead. Looks like you covered up most of your tracks. They're sure they'll find something you left behind. But I know you a little better than that. You don't look back. I remember all the rules that you taught me. Says step right, boy, this city's just a game. And stick to the side streets, you never get caught. But you left me on the boulevard cold and screaming out your name. And you said the sky was spitting out red. I just saw a couple shades of black. You move like smoke. Let me hold in my coat. But I know wherever you're at, you don't look back. Heard your hair was a different color. That don't change how you look in the back of my mind. And the older I get, the more I discover. Stand in the dark long enough, well, something's bound to shine. I said that you left me for dead. There was never any truth to that. I could breathe just fine, and we both know damn well that once you start lying to yourself, well, you're trapped. You don't look back. You don't look back. You don't look back. Thank you. Is there anything anybody wants to... Any of my songs anyone wants to hear? I don't really give a shit about...
Sooner or later.
Okay. Yeah, I'll play that later. Anything else? Exit Ghost? Yeah, okay. Sure. I'll play that now. Thank you, audience plant. Thank you all for coming out. It's nice to see some buddies in the audience tonight. I really appreciate that. It's nice to see some strangers. That always feels good when it's not just buddies. And then appreciate those people's money as well. I think this is on out there too, right? Like that, yeah. That's fine.
The vocal is extra loud out there.
Is it? Good.
The message.
The message is getting through. Thank you for that. A long time ago, I was playing in this bar in Minneapolis. I was really young. I think it was my first tour, and it was like May something, and it was one of those bars that has TVs in it. And so I was sound checking, and then I got done, and I was like, "Hey, man, do you shut that shit off, right?" Like when the person is trying to play music, and he said, "No. It's an important Twins game tonight." And I was like, "All right, well, I am a baseball fan as well, and there is no important baseball game that happens in the month of May, so we can shut those off while I'm playing tonight." And it's not gonna be. I'm not gonna do 9 innings worth of tunes. So. This one from a record called Heart of a Dog is called Exit Ghost, which takes its name from a Shakespearean stage direction. Ooh. It's not about Shakespeare. I've been watching the traffic on the bridge, and it's moving like your heavy eyes. Did you pick up the habit? Heard you did. Hey kid, imagine my surprise. Nobody told you you'd be worried like this. A balled up fist, hoping everything would be okay. Are you shaking when you're making that list of the people you miss? Don't you start to feel afraid to fade away? Saw you down by the water with your friends, sinking like the setting sun. I felt the street getting hotter, like the end, like the barrel of a loaded gun that you've been waving around and shooting all night down the rusted old pipes full of blood that you call your veins. Been wondering what the mirror looks like when you shut out the light. Is it just a picture of your face? Or does it fade away? Does it fade away? Does it fade away? All the photographs I keep in a box, there's a secondhand watch and a matchbook where I wrote your name. I'm sure by now I'm just a dream you forgot, a number you lost, the melody you learned to play. Why you fade away? Why you fade away? Why you fade away? No, I don't wanna fade away. I don't wanna fade away. I don't wanna fade away. On the streets of this town, they'll be carving you up alright. They say you gotta stay hungry. Hey baby, I'm just about starving tonight. I'm dying for some action. I'm sick of sitting around here trying to write this book. I need a love reaction. Come on, baby, give me just one look. You can't start a fire. You can't start a fire without a spark. This gun's for hire. Even if we're just dancing in the dark, you can't start a fire. Worried about your little world falling apart. This gun's for hire. Even if we're just dancing in the dark. You can do that with any song. I blew out my flip-flop. I stepped on a pop top. I broke my leg twice, had to limp on back home. Thanks. What was the other one? Sooner or Later? Mm-hmm. Okay. That will come sooner or later. I'm working on a record. Well, I'm not. I'm done working on it. Roscoe's about to be working on it. So I'm gonna play you a couple of new songs if that's okay. This one's called Ready Now. It doesn't take its name from Shakespeare, but it takes its chord progression from numerous songs. Like at least 6 Steve Earle songs. I attempted to fit most of my life and most of my parents' lives and most of my mother's parents' lives into one song, so it runs about 3 minutes, 43 seconds or so. It came without a warning, the summer of the flood. And in the rising water, my mother and my father buried everyone they loved. And then 7 years later, I screamed my way into the world. And it ain't hard to believe. From the moment I could breathe, I wanted to be heard. My mother set me down and she said, son, your grandfather's gone, but he left something in your blood, and I don't want to see you lose it, so I'll teach you how to use it if you're ready now. And my father traveled all his life, and for a while I did the same. And when my brother came along, I was already gone. We didn't share nothing but a name, but he kept it all together. When the walls began to crack, when I couldn't hold the line, and the devil in my mind pulled me further from the tracks. And sometimes at night I'd tell myself, you're still somewhere under heaven. You don't have to make it hell. You can break on through, find a little bit of blue if you're ready now. If you're ready now. Yeah, the wheels sped by and the wheels kept coming on. Said the mirror was lying, but I just couldn't stand what I saw. So I still move from time to time, but I'm through living on the run. And when we're near each other, you can see see in me my mother, but I am my father's son. And he don't walk the way he used to. He gets quiet in the dark. There's a fire still inside him. I can see it in his eyes, even when it's just a spark. And I found the hunger beneath the hurt. It took a little faith, and it took a little work, and I lost a little time, but the rest of it is mine, 'cause I'm ready now. Yeah, I'm ready now. Yeah, I'm ready now. Thank you. How are you? Oh, we have so much time left. I was gonna wrap it up. I played this one from a record also produced by Eric Gamble called Nowhere Nights. I wrote and recorded this song many years ago, and then Counting Crows recorded it for their record, Underwater Sunshine, and then I liked their recording, and so then I remembered that I really liked the song, and so then we recorded it again for a record I put out called Let the Bloody Moon Rise. So if nothing else, this is the most recorded Kasey Anderson song for sure. It's called Like Teenage Gravity. Whenever I started, I want to sing that. What's that song? Once I had a dream, I lived beneath an orange sky. That's not Nick Drake. It's the other person, Alexi Murdoch. Yeah. I think I wrote my thing first. I was the first person to do the 1/4 chord progression to start off a song. Was it from the Garden State soundtrack? Is that what I got? Yeah. You're the kind of thing those sweetheart boys just talk about. Such a pretty flame, still burning when the bar lights all go out. Everybody knows your name around here, and that's alright. Everybody learned your game around here, and that's alright. You told me if I stayed around here, we'd find a good enough place to hide. But I see you, so come on out tonight. I hate my courage up, but I felt younger trying to fight the words. You put a record on, and you found something you ain't never heard. Honey, everybody knows that song around here, and that's alright. Ain't no such thing as waiting too long around here, and that's alright. Told you if you stay around here, you might wind up by my side. That's true. That's true. So come on out tonight. All my friends told me you don't need laws to tell. But if it feels like falling, boy, you probably already fell. The whole table saw your hand. You might as well just play it. You ain't fooling no one. You might as well just say it. So I guess I'm in love. I guess I'm in love. Some people get scared of those words round here, and that's alright. Some people pretend they ain't heard them round here, and that's alright. You said you can't stay around here, but when you feel like changing your mind, I still see you. I still see you. So come on out tonight. Come on out tonight. Come on out tonight. Come on out tonight. Thank you. So I can do like 3 or 4 more, or I can do one more, and then I have what I think is a pretty tight 10 that I'd like to run at the Comedy Cellar later tonight, and I could do that. Okay, this one is from the Nowhere Nights record too. And I have, I brought vinyl with me, but I sold it all. But I do have CDs, and CDs are making a comeback. They are. So if anyone wants to get out in front of that or catch the wave, I'll sell you a CD. For some of us, they never went away, nor did records. All right. Storm coming like a drunk declaration. The streets were empty, all the lights went out. 2 lovesick kids in a hallway, trembling feet, shuffling, nervous eyes filled with doubt. He looked at her and then she started laughing. It was wild and electric like the noise above. He said, "Darling, some things are just bound to happen, and sooner or later we're gonna fall in love." With the snow still whispering down on New York City, he walked the carpet of that cheap hotel, opened his door and there he found her waiting. He kicked out the window and down they fell, 15 stories through the wind and weather till they landed softly on the streets below. He said, "Honey, right now we're passing through together, but sooner or later this'll feel like home." So they closed the curtains on one last sunset summer, stole what they wanted, left the fools to cry. He took her hand somewhere in California, and he didn't let go until the Georgia line. He never thought he'd lose her for a second, no. He never thought he'd watch it slip away. But your pulse gets weak when you're too scared to check it. Sooner or later he'd learn the hard way. And she lit Roman candles in the old apartment while he bled out on some stranger's curb, mumbling about how it all comes around, and sooner or later we get what we deserve. Stayed out all night with all the hometown heroes, just like she'd done 100 times before. Tossed her wishes off the overpass and swore she didn't need him anymore. He looked up and saw the sky was open as he watched her moving back across the bridge. Then he rubbed his eyes and went right back to hoping that sooner or later she'd come back to him. Thank you. You're welcome. Thanks for asking for it. Ashton, I'm so sorry I'm looking over you, I promise. Singing every song to my friend. A long time ago, I played at South by Southwest, which I guess just finished. I looked at my watch like it just finished now. Which finished on Sunday this year. But I was reminded that I played the festival a long time ago, and after one of the shows, this writer, Jeffrey Himes, came up to me and said, "I really love your songs, but they're not very funny." And I was like, "Oh yeah, I hadn't. That wasn't the intent for the ones that I played." But then I like got obsessed with it, and so I tried to write one that was at least funny to me. So I wrote this one about people who love outlaws. So a lot of people who love outlaw music these days, it seems. And it takes its title from, there used to be, or I guess there is again now, there was a magazine run by these people, Peter Blackstock and Grant Alden and some other folks, called No Depression, and Peter lived in Seattle for a while when I lived in Seattle. And after they heard this song, they stopped putting me in the magazine. The magazine was called No Depression. This song is called Some Depression. It also contains one of my most proud moments as a person working in a recording studio. I had a group of children in the studio, and they were going to sing a kind of refrain of this song to end the record, and that was my plan all along. And then I realized that there's a line in this song about Ronald Reagan that I thought would be really powerful if a group of children sang it. So on a whim, after they had done, we had like a pizza party, and we had all these kids over, and we gave them pizza, and I was like, "Do you guys want to say the word fuck?" And they were like, "Ah!" They're like 5 or 6 year olds, and I was like, "Parents, is it okay if they say the word fuck?" And they were like, "Ah!" All right, so listen, when you hear the Ronald Reagan line on the record, it's me and a bunch of kids singing it. Anyway, this is called Some Depression. You and your buddies been drinking since noon, laughing and hollering and picking out tunes. But were you outside throwing rocks at the moon? I was getting high in a locked bathroom, 'cause there ain't no pension in my profession, and all my life's been a natural regression. But leaning close, I got a confession. I've been dealing with some depression. Well, you used to go to Raleigh Back in the day, now it's Austin once a year. When you need to get away, you got Tweety and Farrar on your vanity plates, driving your Prius down the Lost Highway, down to California, down to Joshua Tree, to feel Graham's ghost on the desert breeze, and then back to room 8 to smoke a little weed. That's a pretty good story, but it don't impress me, 'cause there ain't no pension in my profession, and all my life's been a natural regression. But leaning close, I got a confession. I've been dealing with some depression. Well, you seen Steve Earle 47 times, and you can play someday on your J45, but you don't care much for those communist lines. You'd still be voting Reagan if the fucker hadn't died. You love songs about whiskey, rambling in the dark, and black-haired girls breaking hard men's hearts. You got a dog named Willie in your backyard. I got a couple cigarettes and a library card, and there ain't no pension in my profession, and all my life's been a natural regression. Leaning close, I got a confession. I've been dealing with some depression. So pick up a bottle and pass it around. Tell another story about the time you met Towns, and put on Loretta, but turn up the sound, 'cause I'll be in the alley singing all shook down. And there ain't no pension in my profession, and all my life's been a natural regression. Leaning close, I got a confession. I've been dealing with, oh, I've been dealing with, oh, I've been dealing with some depression. And if I die and go to heaven, hope nobody listens to old 97. Thank you. In point of fact, I like Rhett and his band very much, and I have seen Steve Earle more times than I can count, and I have a story about meeting Townes Van Zandt, so I don't know who I thought I was roasting. I got time for one more. Do you want to hear a new one or an old one? Nobody gives a shit. Everybody was like, new one? Okay. Sneak in? No, I don't want to do that. Do two more? Oh, that was from the person running the sound, so I'll do two more. Believers? Yeah, okay. I'll do Believers. Yeah, this is gonna be the first track on the new record. I tried to write a nice sweet love song to my wife that begins with like a half a verse rumination on death. But after that, it gets real. No, mostly it talks about how I'm glad that I didn't die. Anyway, it's a sweetie. It's a real sweetie. It's called Believers. Sun come up this morning. Sky was speckled blue and gold. Looked like something I took from a dream. A 500-year-old painting some old master never sold. Like a picture up there waiting for a frame. And I wondered for a moment about the colors that we see, how they'll disappear and everything will end. And then I settled down and listened to you breathing next to me. let my mind go drifting back again to when you and me, we were believers, looking for the diamonds in the dust. And I made a promise I'd never leave you. I'll be with you till there's nothing left but us. It was Santa and weather out where seasons never change. I was running out of medicine and time. Said you couldn't be my shelter, but you didn't mind the rain. You'd be traveling together for a while. 'Cause you and me, we were believers, looking for the diamonds in the dust. And I made a promise I'd never leave you. I'll be with you till there's nothing left but us. Always been more left than right, and further north than south. Lately I've been learning how to live. The first time that we kissed, you took the poison from my mouth. Now I thank God that I had something more to give. 'Cause you and me, we were believers, looking for the diamonds in the dust. And I made a promise I'd never leave you. I'll be with you till there's nothing left but us. I'll be with you till there's nothing left but us. Thank you. I'll play one more dance number, and then we'll get out of here and make way. Thank you all for coming and hanging out on kind of short notice. I always appreciate when I can do these little things, and I never know if people are going to come to the shows, and people seem to, so I really appreciate it. Remember when I was doing the chord progression earlier, and I said you can put any song over this? Here it is. We were making the Let the Bloody Moon Rise record, and we were doing a little extra work in a studio called Crackle and Pop in Seattle, and it was just me and this guy Jeff Fielder and this guy Ty Bailey, both of whom are excellent, wonderful musicians who I am certain you have seen play with many of your favorites. But we were hanging out, and I started doing that chord progression, and then I started to sing the lyrics to this song by a band called UMI. UMI is one of my most favorite bands in the world. And I liked it so much that we recorded it, and I sent it to Tim, who is the singer for UMI and the guy who wrote the song, and he liked it too, and so I thought, well, I will keep it then. If both of us like it. If the two guys who wrote it like it, then I'll keep it. And for a couple of shows, they used it Tim used it as his walkout music at solo shows, and he would send me little clips of it, and it was very sweet. He's a songwriter I admire very much. Anyway, so this song is called Heavy Heart. A wonderful artist named Bartees Strange has also released a song called Heavy Heart very recently. Different songs. His is excellent as well, but if you search Heavy Heart in whatever streaming service you use, listen to them. Go ahead and listen to them both. And the UMI version. And I think Courtney Barnett covered this as well. So there you go. You could build a small EP's worth of a playlist of just Heavy Heart. This song is called Heavy Heart. This is going to be my last one. Thanks for hanging out with me this evening. What is wrong with the Yankees, man? I really want an answer. We can talk about it afterwards, but I don't understand it. Josh Donaldson's like 100 years old. Josh Donaldson in 2015 would have been great. Anyway. Yeah, we can talk about it afterwards. Watching too much TV. I'm thinner than I should be. I'm like a waterlogged ball that no one wants to kick around anymore. Got an all-day morning hairdo that no comb can get through. It's all granola and beer, a calling card, and a silk-cut souvenir. And I miss you like sleep, and there's nothing romantic about the hours I keep. And it's the mornings when it starts. I don't look so sharp, now I got a heavy heart. Talk a lot about football and girls I kissed in grade 4. And I piss off my friends and I'm digging a hole just staring at the floor. Every t-shirt's got a wine stain and I'm loving cigarettes again. And I know every tune about guys and girls and hurts and hearts and moons. And I miss you like sleep, and there's nothing romantic about the hours I keep. And it's the mornings when it starts. I don't dress so sharp, now I got a heavy heart. Just a low rent paying, palpitating lump under my shirt. And there's a weight that's hitting so hard that it hurts. And oh my God, it hurts. Watching so much TV, I'm thinner than I should be. I'm like a waterlogged ball that no one wants to kick around anymore. And I miss you like sleep, and there's nothing romantic about the hours I keep. And it's the mornings when it starts. Oh, my heavy heart. very much for hanging out this evening. I'm Kasey Anderson. Have a wonderful time.
Great set. Thank you. No other way to do it. That's good. Unless you're me and you're always early.
Thank you. That was really fun.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, it was. Yes, it was A plus banter. A plus banter. I was like, okay, he's done this before. I see. That's what tours do. I love Bowery side. You all headed home? That's cool. I probably need something at some point. So I don't know if I should. We play. I'll see what Kate is. Because I definitely want to grow up. Because I was something going during the set. I was like, okay. Great. I should eat dinner. Yes. Vegeta and Biggie. Oh my god. Amazing. Yeah.